Right now, someone is making more money while they sleep than you'll make this entire month. And here's the disturbing part. You probably have the same education, work just as hard, maybe even harder. So what's the difference? Stick around because what I'm about to tell you will make you rethink everything you thought you knew about building wealth. Look, I'm not here to sugarcoat this. The system isn't designed for you to win. But before you click away thinking this is another doom and gloom video, understand this. There's a specific formula that separates those who build generational wealth from those who stay stuck in the paycheck-to-paycheck cycle. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. Let me ask you something. When you got your last raise, what did you do? Be honest. You probably upgraded your car, moved to a nicer apartment, started eating out more. This is called lifestyle inflation, and it's wealth killer number one. Here's the brutal truth. Earning more money doesn't make you wealthy. I know people making $200,000 a year who are one emergency away from financial disaster. Why? Because they're trapped in what I call the income illusion. The wealthy understand something crucial. It's not about how much you make, it's about how much you keep and what you do with it. While the average person sees a raise as permission to spend more, wealthy people see it as fuel to build their money-making machines. Think about it. Jeff Bezos doesn't have $200 billion in his checking account. Elon Musk isn't wealthy because of his Tesla salary. Their wealth comes from assets that generate income, whether they're working or sleeping on a beach in Bali. That's the game most people never even realize they're supposed to be playing. Here's wealth killer number 2, trading time for money. And I get it. We've all been programmed since childhood to believe this is how the world works. Go to school, get a job, work 40 years, retire. But there's a fundamental flaw in this model. You only have 24 hours in a day. Even if you're making $100 an hour, there's a ceiling to your earning potential. You can't scale yourself. The wealthy figured out how to break this equation. They buy assets, build systems, and create leverage. Real estate that generates rental income. Businesses that operate without them. Investments that compound. Digital products that sell while they sleep. They've escaped the time for money trap entirely. Meanwhile, the average person spends 40 to 60 hours a week building someone else's dream, making someone else wealthy, and then wonders why they can't get ahead. It's not about working harder. The construction worker breaking his back 12 hours a day works harder than most CEOs. It's about working on the right things. Wealth killer number 3 is the one nobody talks about: financial illiteracy. And I'm not blaming you for this. We're taught algebra and Shakespeare in school, but nothing about taxes, investing, or building wealth. It's almost like the system wants to keep you broke. The wealthy spend thousands, sometimes millions, on financial education. They have accountants, advisors, and mentors. They understand tax code loopholes, investment vehicles, and compound interest. They speak a completely different language. Here's a mind-blowing statistic. 88% of millionaires read at least 30 minutes per day for self-improvement. The average American reads 1 book per year. 1. That knowledge gap compounds over decades into a wealth gap. But here's the good news. Information has never been more accessible. Everything you need to know is available, often for free. The question is, are you willing to invest in yourself? Because while you're binge-watching Netflix, someone else is learning the skills that will make them wealthy. Now let's talk about wealth killer number 4, playing it safe. Society teaches us to avoid risk at all costs. Get a stable job, save your money in a savings account, don't rock the boat. But here's the paradox. Trying to avoid all risk is actually the riskiest thing you can do. Your savings account? It's losing value every single day thanks to inflation. That stable job? It can disappear overnight, and you have zero control over it. Playing it safe is how you guarantee you'll never build real wealth. The wealthy understand calculated risk. They don't gamble, but they're willing to bet on themselves. They start businesses, invest in assets, and take chances that terrify the average person. Yes, sometimes they fail, but they learn, adapt, and try again. Every single wealthy person has a story of a risk that paid off. A business they started in their garage, an investment others called crazy, a career change everyone warned against. The difference isn't that they're reckless, it's that they've learned to manage risk instead of avoiding it entirely. Wealth killer number 5 is killing an entire generation: instant gratification. We live in a world of same-day delivery, instant streaming, and social media highlight reels. Everyone's showing off their lifestyle, and you feel the pressure to keep up. But here's what they're not showing you: the debt, the stress, the empty bank accounts behind those Instagram posts. Wealth isn't built by looking wealthy. It's built by delayed gratification and playing the long game. Warren Buffett still lives in the house he bought in 1958. Mark Zuckerberg drives a Honda. They understand that real wealth isn't about impressing strangers with things you can't afford. It's about financial freedom and options. The average person finances a $50,000 car to drive to a job they hate. The wealthy person drives a modest car and invests that money into assets that will generate income for decades. One is playing for appearance. The other is playing for actual wealth. Which game are you playing? Look, I'm not saying building wealth is easy. If it were, everyone would be doing it. But it's absolutely possible, and it starts with making different choices than the majority. Stop trading time for money and start building income streams. Stop spending every dollar you earn and start paying yourself first. Stop avoiding risk and start taking calculated chances on yourself. Stop looking for shortcuts and start investing in knowledge. Stop keeping up with the Joneses and start building your own path. The wealthy aren't smarter than you. They don't have secret advantages you don't have access to. They simply made different decisions and stuck with them long enough to see results. Here's your homework. Pick one thing from this video. Just one. Maybe it's reading a book on investing. Maybe it's starting a side business. Maybe it's cutting one unnecessary expense and investing that money instead. Take action today, not tomorrow. Because here's the truth nobody wants to hear. 5 years from now, you'll either be closer to wealth or you'll be in the exact same place wondering what happened. The choice is entirely yours. If this video opened your eyes, smash that like button and subscribe, because I'm breaking down exactly how to build wealth step by step. Drop a comment telling me which wealth killer hit you hardest. I read every single one. Now stop watching videos and go take action. Your future wealthy self is counting on you.